Welcome to the Andy Ruther Show. Here is your host, Andy Ruther.
Welcome to the Andy Ruther Show. That is me, your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you on this late Saturday night, here from the Natty. Taking a breath, gonna relax a little. I like these late night sessions. It's nice to decompress. Long day with the kiddos, long day with the girls. You know what they don't tell you, and I'm sure I've talked about this. The weekends are hard, man. The weekends are hard with the kids, right? Again, I know it'll always get easier when they get older, but when they're younger, it's hard. It's just constant. But it's good because I'm starting to run again, and I'm bringing the kids, right? Like I took Molly on a 4-mile jog today, which truthfully is like really nice. It's a different type of run, right? Obviously, one I never got to experience until I had kids. You know, I've basically been running now pretty consistently for I don't know how many years now, but like whether it's through my beach push-up workout or which I've, by the way, brought back. I brought Andy's little beach workout back, doing the push-ups on the trails or in the gym, but it's just different when you're pushing a stroller. It's harder. Like I'm breathing hard. You obviously don't have music on. I want to be able to hear my kid. And it's a good vibe, right? You don't have music, you're checking on the kid. There's nature. Like I took her on a trail today. It's just a good vibe. I feel real good. I was breathing so heavy. It was warm out today here in Cincinnati. And I was like, man, is Molly? She's thinking like, Dad's gassed. It's good though. All these things I said I'd never do, I'm doing. It's just so funny how life changes, right? I'll never be that bitch who pushes a kid in a stroller while they run. I remember thinking that when I lived in LA, when I lived in Venice Beach, right? I'd see dads doing that. And I'd think that in my head, my idiotic mid to late 20-year-old mind. I'd never do that. I'd never be pushing a kid in a stroller while I'm exercising. Just exercise, I'd think. Just do it. You don't need a kid. Just leave the kid at home. And then you have kids and you realize, okay, there's a time issue here. Or it's a good spot for them. Like today, Molly took probably a 30-minute nap during the run. Like, you know, this is great for her to crash out while I'm running. And the thought that I used to think that, or even other things, like I thought no way in hell would I ever get a minivan. Even, you know what's funny? Even truthfully, just like a couple years ago, I was like, that's a death sentence, getting a minivan. No way. No way am I doing that. I'd have a buddy be like, dude, I'm telling you, I got 2 kids. It's clutch. There's so much space in it, especially when you go on vacation. Get the minivan. When you upgrade from your little beach cart you still got, my little Corolla hatch. Get the minivan. I thought, hell no. I would tell him, that's a death sentence, man. That's like I've given up on life, I used to tell him. And then again, just a couple years later, I'm like, I don't know, man. I see my neighbor, he's got his 2 little girls in the minivan. He tells me, dude, it's great. Spacious. We'll drive to Florida. It's got room. So you change. You got to mold. You got to adapt. You got to evolve as a person, right? It's important in life. But it was a nice run today. We had a nice run. Molly's been kind of an asshole, truthfully. And I have no problem calling a 15-month, whatever. She's not 15-year-old, 15-month-old, I should say. I have no problem calling her that. She has been. She's kind of been an asshole. I did not go to Isla's soccer game today. I couldn't do 3 weeks in a row. Brittany went. Apparently, she got the participation trophy medal or whatever they're doing. Effort medal. I don't know. I'm like, did she, she didn't deserve that. She didn't deserve that. Look at this thing. I'm looking at it right now. It's unbelievable. Her all happy with her little medal. Dude, she was so happy. She's like, Daddy, you see my medal? I was like, what'd you do to earn it? Did you score a goal? What'd you do? Did you even try? She was wearing it as I was reading to her before bed tonight. Like, Dad, look at this medal. I was like, well, what'd you do? You didn't do anything to earn it. You gotta actually try. Which, by the way, bedtime has turned into, I was just telling Brittany right before we started the show, I was like, this is like next level. This is like next level. Bedtime used to just be you'd read her some books and she'd go to bed, right? You read her a couple books, you'd rock her, she'd go to bed. Then we started adding singing some songs, right? I'd sing some songs like Skidamarink and some just like basic kids songs. Then she started having to sing them back. Now, after we're done with that, she has to open the blinds to make sure that it's officially dark outside. And a lot of times it's not now because it gets dark so late here in Cincinnati, right? Now, after you put her in bed, she needs to drink a little wine. She's just adding on thing after. I'm like, dude, at some point, we gotta just start cutting shit. We can't do this. We can't do this all night. I told Brittany, I said, I want to time it. I want to time it from the minute she goes into bath to the minute she goes to bed. Maybe I'll try to film it, document it for like a social video. So, I mean, sometimes it's 90 minutes, which is insane. Guys, that's insane. You take a 10 to 15 minute bath and then you're still not in bed for another hour because of putting on your nighttime diaper and brushing your hair. And like I'm saying, brushing your teeth. But it's still, that stuff should be quick. We got to read 3 books. We got to sing songs. And you're just like, gosh, can we just get you to bed? So I started doing the math in my head. No lie. I was like, how many hours out of my day am I dealing with my 2 girls in the morning and then at night? And obviously I have help at night and I have somewhat help in the morning, but truthfully, she's a chick, dude. She takes forever to get ready for her own job. She does. She just takes forever. She's a chick. She takes forever. So it's like mostly me in the morning. Like she'll get Isla's hair ready or whatever, but it's like mostly me in the morning. And I do the math. I'm like, from the time I usually get my alarm goes off at 6:45 in the morning. I was right. So the time I get up to then take them to daycare and then from there, come back here, have to go into the office, whatever it is. It's usually from like 6:45 to like 9:15 to get my day started. Right? So let's give or take 2 to 2.5 hours in the morning. I got to deal with this. Basically, with the 2 kids. And then you could say like another 2 hours at night. Basically, like 4 hours out of a 24-hour day. Let's just say 4 hours. And then my 4 hours out of my day is dealing with like that basic stuff, which is pretty insane if you think about it. Can't wait till they're like they can do stuff on their own. Again, I know it's just a phase though. I know it's just a phase. So I've talked a lot about like the prices and the economy, and it's something I'm always paying attention to, especially the fast food business, the food industry, since I'm in that world for social media content and for work and stuff. And I've talked about it a lot. And then I saw this thing. I don't know if you guys saw this thing. This thing went viral about Papa John's a few weeks ago. Oh, like last week, actually. And of course, once the New York Post gets a hold of it, and it blows up. This is the headline from the New York Post this week. Papa John's customers fuming over ridiculous tipping reminder on their pizza boxes. WTF are we paying a delivery fee for? I believe that's the TikTok video which I'm about to show here. So basically, Papa John's which is, by the way, again, me coming from a marketing world and from this background, especially in the food and beverage industry, fast food industry, this is insane to me. They added delivery fee is not a tip. Please reward your driver for outstanding service. So Papa John's added this on their boxes, on the pizza boxes, which this is absolutely bananas to me. Let's pull up this photo. I think I have it here. So again, they added this on the box. Let's see here. Do I have this? Okay, yeah, here we go. Look at this. So this is on the box now, right? This is on the Papa John's box. Delivery fee is not a tip. Please reward your driver. And then this person just went off. All right. So this is it's just a quick hitter. It's just a quick hitter. This is what somebody posted on TikTok.
Delivery fee is not a tip. Please reward your driver for outstanding service. Tips aren't paychecks. Pay your fucking employees, bitch.
I love it. Direct, right to the point. This is like 10 seconds. Let's play this again.
Delivery fee is not a tip. Please reward your driver for outstanding service. Tips aren't paychecks. Pay your fucking employees, bitch.
I couldn't agree with her more, by the way. Couldn't agree with her more. And we'll hop into the tipping industry. That's a whole thing. And I know I've talked about it before on this show. I'm sure I've talked about it on Dirty Sports. I know I have with Joe Prano. It's like this stuff is just insane to me. So you look it up, you put it out. I was like, oh, what's ChatGPT gonna? I'm like, let's go to the old ChatGPT. Well, I put in a ChatGPT, and it's basically saying those delivery fees that these pizza places have is their way of saying they're covering the driver's cost, aka the insurance premiums for them to drive, all the legal stuff, liability. That's what they're claiming. I don't know if gas is included. I assume it's not. I assume the drivers have to pay for the gas. But it's insane. It's the nickel and dime bullshit. This type of stuff drives me absolutely crazy. It does. It drives me crazy. Brittany will joke that I'm cheap or I'm tight. And for the record, I always say this. I'm not. I'm really not. Certain things, yeah, I'm going to be annoyed with. I'm not going to I don't pay delivery fees, guys. You might think I'm nuts. I rarely, I could not tell you the last time I had pizza delivered. I pick it up out of pure principle. And maybe I'm ridiculous. You can call me ridiculous. I literally pick it up. I don't want to pay the delivery fee. I just don't. Because it's total bullshit. It's total bullshit to me. So I don't do it. I pick up the pizza. Could not tell you the last time I had a pizza delivered. Now, sure, occasionally I'll do it, but it's no lie. It's probably been years. It's probably been a couple years. And here's something that might blow your mind as well. I bet you I've done DoorDash / Uber Eats, any of those things, 3 times or less in my entire life. My entire life. I pick up the food. I do it somewhere relatively close. I pick up the food for the same exact reason. And I know everybody can't always do this. It's just always been a gripe for me. It's like she's saying in the quick video, it's all bullshit. You just how quickly that fee adds up. I don't know the volume of pizzas that a local franchise chain, Papa John's, Domino's, whatever it is. I don't know the volume that they're selling as far as pizzas. But if you tack on, let's just do the math. If you tack on, let's do it right here. If you tack on $3 Okay. $3 per delivery. Let's say you have 30. Let's go low. Let's say you have 30 deliveries a day. That's $90. Let's multiply it by 365. That's $32,850. You think their insurance for their drivers or whatever they're going to claim, I assume drivers also have to have their own car insurance? Maybe, I don't know. I know car insurance isn't $32,850 for a fleet of, let's say, 5 to 6 drivers for a franchise. It's nowhere near that. Not even close. I don't know what I pay. I pay like, for our family, I'm going to pay $1,200 a year. I'm just saying, like they're getting a profit on this. They just are. It's a total bullshit fee. And good for this woman. And good for people having backlash on Papa John's. She's right. Just pay them more. It's not that hard. Just pay the employees more. And I'm not one of those like eat the rich. I'm not one of those people. And whatever, you can be one of those people. I don't really care. People can be rich, but also what's my big theme I always say? But let's be fair. Let's be fair. Can we just be fair? That's all my thing is. Make all the money you want. Make the millions, make the billions, whatever. Can we be fair? I say it all the time about the healthcare industry. Let's compromise. Right? I have a kid. I know it's not easy to do childbirth. I know it's not cheap. We have good health insurance. My lady's a pharmacist. I don't want to see a $16,000 bill after health insurance. That's my thing. Like, let's just be fair. Papa John's, this is ridiculous. All these places, you're just being ridiculous. So that's all I can do, right? It's just not do the delivery because I don't want to pay it. And again, like, you guys might laugh at me. I'm just not. I mean, that might blow people's minds, I think. Like, I've probably done DoorDash twice in my entire life. I'm just going to pick it up. And if your prices are insane, I'm just going to stop going to your restaurant, stop going to your fast food joint, whatever it is. I'm just, bye. See ya. Bye forever. I'm just like, it's not worth it to me. It's absurd. I saw this as well. We have Shake Shacks here now. I saw this. Somebody posted this. I think this was TikTok as well. The Shake Shack prices. Look at this.
Is it just me? Or is $20 for a double avocado bacon burger like insane?
Now let's pull it up. To be fair, she's it's not just the burger. Let's see. Is it the meal?
Is it just me? Or is 20?
Yeah, it's a combo meal. It's a combo meal. It's going to come with fries and a drink. It's still insane to me. That's absolutely, without a doubt, overpriced, insane. Is the price of beef extremely high right now? Yes, it's extremely high. The price of beef is extremely high. That's why everybody's in the chicken craze. That's why the fast food joints are in the chicken craze. The margins are much better on chicken. I'll tell you that right now. The guy who's in this world. The margins are it's just much better. But again, to this point, a double avocado bacon burger with fries and a drink is $20. The fries cost nothing. I'll tell you that much. The fries cost nothing for the business. It costs nothing. That's insane. I'm just not going there. That's my thing. I'm just not going to go to Shake Shack or one of these. I'm not paying $20. You're still fast food. Is it good? Yeah, it's great. It's a good fast food joint. Am I paying $20 for a Shake Shack combo meal? No. It's ridiculous. And I hope more people are like me. I hope they just stop going. Right? Like, you can add Shake Shack to my list. Bye. And then it's fast food, man. It's not that good. It's good. It's not that good. It's just not. We all know my thing about Wendy's right now. I'm out. I'm done. This very reason. You know, I'm just out. It's the same exact reason. Like, just don't mark it up. What's crazy to me is I still think so many people will go to these places, right? I think a lot of people will still go because they've been brainwashed by maybe good marketing. And they think they have to pay it, which is insane to me. It's absolutely insane to me. You're going to go to Shake Shack and you're going to pay $20 for a double bacon avocado meal? $20, man? Like, realistically, if you went to Burger King or McDonald's, is it really that much different? I mean, it's different. It's obviously a lot better at Shake Shack. But again, once you start bringing in price and price point, how much better? That's what I always say. How much better? At least people were finally sick of fatigue, or I'm sorry, of tipping fatigue. The tipping fatigue has finally reached a good point here in the States. I saw this came out in October last year. It proves the point I've been saying forever. It says 77% of consumers say tipping in the US has become ridiculous, according to Pop Menu's annual study. Don't know what Pop Menu is, but it continues to go up every year. It's gone up from 60% to 65%, now to 77%. And now everyone's saying they're tipping out of guilt versus gratitude, which that makes sense. At least once a week, 44%, according to this, survey. And who knows? Like, these surveys, I don't know who's filling these out. 44% of consumers tip at establishments where they don't think it's customary or warranted. Man, 44% of people are getting cucked into tipping. That's insane to me, weekly. 2/3, 66% of consumers feel pressured to hand over a tip when digital payment screens suggest gratuity amounts, especially when prompted in front of employees. That makes sense. The sense of obligation or guilt tipping extends to situations where consumers expectations, can't speak tonight, are not met. 64% of consumers have tipped a worker even when they received poor service. Yeah. That's a good one right there. That's the magical question. Like, if you get shitty service, should you tip them? Right? Like, should you tip them if you have shitty service? I'll still throw them something because I know they're being underpaid. But I'm not doing your traditional 20%. Now, I spent a lot of time in the tipping world, right? Previous jobs. So I do have some empathy. People are doing 20%. 45% of customers say they're tipping restaurant servers at 20%. Nearly 1 in 4 consumers tip delivery drivers, going back to that 20% or more. This is interesting. This is very European, right? Because tipping is not really a thing in Europe. And that was always a weird adjustment when I'd studied abroad for a semester in Spain. The majority of consumers, 62%, say they would rather pay more for food and beverages to provide higher wages for restaurant workers and eliminate tipping altogether. You'd have to do the math on that. I don't know if I agree with that one. The top places for tipping, this is kind of interesting. Restaurants, no surprise, 94%. Hair salon / barber, number 2 at 68%. Taxis, ride services, 46%. Do taxis still exist? Grocery delivery, 45%. Hotel, housekeeping, bellhop, 37%. Spa, 25%. Dog groomer, 22%. Auto repair, 10%. Are we really tipping the auto guys now? I feel like they make pretty decent money. Are we really doing that? We tipping the local mechanic who changes my oil? Who rotates my tires? We're tipping him now? Like this is the point of fatigue. Like where does it end? I told you guys, I stopped tipping on pickup. I just stopped. What am I tipping? I don't know how many times I'm gonna yell about it. I'm gonna preach about it. What am I tipping on pickup? Again, I'll tip the person making the food, but they're not seeing the money. So this survey, by the way, was an anonymous survey of 1,000 consumers ages 18 and older across the U.S. from September 18th to September 19th last year. So take that for what it's worth, right? It's 1,000 people filling out this survey, doing the tip thing. It's all just so ridiculous. All this stuff again. I do agree. If you pay them more, this isn't such a thing. And it has gotten weird in the digital age with them just showing the screen in front of you. We've all had the guilt tip, and you're like, what am I tipping for? Right? That happened to me recently. Normally I don't, but like it happened to me recently. There's a great little pizza spot by us. It does pizza by the slice, which obviously isn't real big when you live in the suburbs like I do. But yeah, like I ended up tipping her. I went up and got a couple slices of pizza for Brittany and I, and she flipped the screen around, and I was like, I threw $1, and then I walked to the car. I was like, why did I do that? Or $1.50, $2. I don't remember what I tipped. I was just like, why did I do that? Why am I tipping? I walked up, got in my car, walked out of my house. got in my car, drove to you, ordered the pizza, waited right there while you threw a couple slices in the oven. Now I'm tipping you? Why am I tipping you? You just Jedi mind tricked me. You just cucked me. I just turned into a bitch right there. And as the older I get, and as the more I look at finances, especially when you have kids, I just there's just certain places I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. Peace. I'm done with you. And then there's certain places where it just reaffirms, how I feel about you. Right? Again, one I've just been boasting about forever is Chipotle, which is wild to me when people complain about their prices. It's insane to me. You get the biggest, you walk into a Chipotle, you get a big ass burrito for $10. Now I'll crush it because I can eat pretty well because I try to stay active, so I have a nice appetite. I went up there the other day. I was like, this is a huge burrito. Most people are saving this for a second meal, saving it for a snack later. Like paying $10 for a freshly made burrito, that's a good deal. Oh, I have a rewards app. This is a good deal. Compare it to some of these other places. They want to charge you for a delivery fee. They want to charge you $20 for a double bacon avocado cheeseburger. Cool. Comes with fries and a soda. No, I'm out. So I did this post on Thursday of the draft, right? I'm watching the NFL draft, and it's nothing new. It's nothing original. Nothing I haven't talked about already. Specifically with Joe Prano on Dirty Sports Podcast, right? Something I've heard other comedians talk about. Again, it's nothing original. It's just watching the NFL draft is just mind-boggling to me as a huge NFL guy. Not that I don't watch or not that I don't have it on the background or whatever, but just the thought of going to the NFL draft is insane to me. It's insane. It's absolutely bonkers. You're literally watching young guys' names being called to get jobs, right? No, it's not my thing. Not how I want to spend my time. But whatever, like people can do what they want with their own time, right? But the crazier part to me is the cosplay fans, which again I've talked about at length on Dirty Sports. If you listen to that podcast, it's weird to me. I have no problem saying it. Again, you do what you want to do. I'm going to make jokes about it. Same way you can make jokes about things I do. Fine. Don't care. It's weird to me that a grown-ass man will show up at a Rams game dressed as a Ram. That's bizarre to me. It's bizarre behavior. It's weird. You're going home to your kids. It's bizarre. It's even more bizarre when you go fly to a city and attend an NFL draft for this. So anyway, I posted on Twitter, sorry kids, but daddy can't put you to bed on Thursday night. I'll be in Pittsburgh dressed as a Bengal tiger watching 20-year-olds get jobs. And I put this in quotes, right? Like I'm explaining this from the POV of the dad to the kids. Right? Again, not the most original joke, not even like whatever. I just thought it was funny. Again, now that I have 2 kids, now that I have a 1 and 3-year-old daughter, the thought of somebody attending a draft dressed as a Bengal tiger. By the way, this wasn't even meant for specifically anybody in Bengals fandom. It's just I live in Cincinnati and I use that as an example. This could be any fan. This could be any team. Somebody dressed as a Eagle for the Philadelphia Eagles. You know, pick your team. Somebody dressed as a Bear for the Chicago Bears. Whatever. The point is, I think it's absolutely hilarious, again, as a grown man to attend the NFL draft in cosplay. It's not even a game. It's not even a game. It's literally a dude walking on stage announcing. I think it's bizarre. I'm going to have fun with it. I post that on Twitter. Whatever. Does okay. I don't think anything of it. I go to sleep. Coming home the next day after dropping the girls off at daycare, I have a buddy text me. He's like, yo, dude, that tweet is taken off that you did. Then I have somebody else text me, yo, dude, this showed up my For You. Anyway, the tweet just went bonkers. And it went viral for a tweet, right? It went bananas. I'm looking at it right now. It has 1.3 million impressions, 45,000 likes, 1,500 reposts, right? So it went viral. So I'm just getting flooded with people chiming in on this, right? And I mostly ignore it because I don't really engage as much with that stuff anymore. And truthfully, you guys know, like I'm not posting as much as I used to way back in the day. Truthfully, I haven't really posted consistently on Twitter since everything happened in 2020. From my parents to the pandemic. I just haven't, whatever. I think this was the first time I posted the whole month on Twitter. By the way, I'm not against posting. I just life got me, right? So anyway, the responses start to come in, and of course some angry people are getting mad at me, like I'm the worst person. And Twitter brings out, it's a cesspool. It brings out a lot of, just like all social media. I shouldn't just say Twitter. It brings out a lot of bad characters, right? And it's like mind-blowing. Like my buddy who alerted me to it, he's like, this is fascinating for me to watch. My buddy who's not in this world, right? College buddy, he's doing pretty well for himself. He's in money management, makes a lot of money. He's like, just look at these people just screaming at you. Like you posted an innocent joke mocking people, right? For attending the draft dressed as a Bengal tiger, or again, pick your team. And we're texting, laughing, and he's like, look at these losers. And I'm like, yeah, it's crazy. They're getting just all worked up, right? Like they feel threatened and that suddenly I'm the loser, or other things that they're calling me. Very, you name the slur, a lot of slurs, a lot of FAG slurs going on here, right? And the main consistent thing, and this isn't new, and this shouldn't surprise anybody here, is there's just so many of them are anonymous, faceless trolls. So many of them, right? And it's the same thing that like guys like myself and Joe Prano have talked about since we had started the Dirty Sports podcast in 2014. It's just mind-blowing the amount of faceless trolls. And it's always them who are the most angry. It truly is. It's always them who are the most worked up. And it's a world that like I almost need a documentary on some of these people because it's fascinating to me. And I've reached the point in my life where I usually tune out the noise. I usually just tune it out. People start talking shit, whatever, talk shit about me, whatever. I normally tune it out. I took some of the bait this time, and that's on me. I shouldn't have done that. I took some of the bait, right? So I took some of the bait again when this gets traction. My Twitter bio says 2-time girl dad, podcast host, taco enthusiast. So of course people are going to comment the podcast stuff. Right? Like, so the top diss comment with the most likes right now, 260 likes, somebody responds. And by the way, to his credit, not an anonymous faceless troll. Dude who actually shows his face. So I give him credit where credit's due. He puts in quotes, like he's talking to his kids. Sorry, kids, but daddy can't put you to bed on Thursday night. I'll be doing a podcast that averages 20 listeners. Okay, cool. He's done no research on whatever, dirty sports. I should have just let it slide, right? He's taking a diss. I have no listeners. He has no clue about the podcast, whatever. I should have just let it slide. And again, this is on me. I didn't. And I probably shouldn't have responded. Looking back on it, I shouldn't have responded the way I did. I responded, are you referring to the sports one I've hosted for 12 straight years? ? The one with a great partnership with Miller Lite for the last 6 ? That one ? If so, definitely give it a listen. It's free ! With a link to the last Dirty Sports. Obviously, this is a sports related joke. So I make a Dirty Sports reference and I kick them a link to the last Dirty Sports episode that we recorded on Friday. Right. So I'm just sticking up for myself. Didn't have to, probably shouldn't have, realistically. But like, yeah, I'm like defending myself. Okay. Right. I'm defending myself. Like, dude, you're saying I have 20 listeners. I've had a show for 12 years. We all know it's not the biggest show. We got a nice loyal fan base though. We've had a nice partnership for 6 years with Miller Lite, presented by Miller Lite, right? Worldwide brand. They pay us some money. So I'm defending the show, right? Because at the end of the day, I am proud of Dirty Sports. Why should I not be? The show's literally been monetized for 10 out of 12 years. I should be proud of that. It's not easy to monetize a podcast. It's just not. So I'm defending it. And I write that back. And then this is where all the anonymous faceless trolls come in. Every single response, no lie. I'm looking at it right now. Every single response is just a faceless troll. Every single one. And it's just such a weird world. Loser, no one listens to your show. 15, I just, whatever. And they're just all coming at it. And it's like, and I went back and forth with a few people. Again, I shouldn't have. I will take the blame for that. I normally do not do that. Now, I'm not doing it when my kids are here, by the way, because it's the weekend. I'm not doing it. I'm spending time with my family. Am I doing it late at night? Yeah, when I shouldn't be. Definitely when I shouldn't be. Am I doing it when I'm up in the morning, warming up, a bottle for Molly before she wakes up? And I'm chirping back to some trolls at, 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Should I be doing that? No, I know that though. Am I just hitting them with like, you're a faceless troll? Yeah. It's just wild to me that like in these people's head, they can't see what they're doing. And suddenly now I'm the bitch, right? Like that's how they've tried to flip it. Like you're a bitch for defending myself, right? Like I make a joke about people attending the draft in cosplay as grown-ass adults. You come back, say, no one cares about your podcast. No one's ever heard of it. Okay, cool. Then I respond, well, we have something. We have something. Miller Lite pays us. We got something. We've had lots of different sponsors over this. We've had some great guests. You know, we have some great athletes. Pat McAfee did our goddamn show, you know? And I know that was 8 years ago, whatever it was, but it's like, we have a history. And you're hiding behind an account because you can't do any of this. You're just so angry, right? You're hiding behind the account, chirping. And again, I should not take the bait, truthfully. I will continue to say I'll take the blame on that. But it's just a bizarre world. And then the one guy wrote this thing. And then again, I found myself as I was trying to rock Molly to sleep for a nap. I was just he ended up deleting a bunch of it. Like, you hoard yourself out to the world. This is what you get. And I'm just like, what? Like, again, this world of these people, it's bizarre to me because it's always negative. These aren't funny, anonymous, parody, comedic satire accounts, right? Because that's different, right? Those accounts are great on social media. It's not an anonymous, funny, parody, satirical, well-written, or just funny meme account. It's not that on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. It's not that. The type of people I'm talking about, that just, you look at their timeline and it's just so angry. And it's so vitriolic. And you're just like, dude, your life sucks. I don't have I don't have time to be a therapist, but I'm going to be one internally right now. And I just go, but you have nothing in your life. You have nothing in your life. And I always find it interesting when they're like, well, I do this. Just put your face to it. Just put your face to it. If somebody wants to have a back and forth with me and I know what they look like, that's great. When I don't know who you are, how old you are, well, first of all, that's why you don't do it. That's the truth. That's why you don't engage. Again, that's on me. And why I basically stopped engaging. But it's like, why are you so triggered all the time? Whether it's me or whoever, and you just post just angrily. So I wrote this down a few weeks ago, and this kind of reminds me of that. I wrote this down a few weeks ago, and I stand by it. And I think this kind of goes into the anonymous faceless troll. Hear me out on this. I put this in my notes section of my phone. I don't think you need to have kids to be happy. I firmly believe that. Kids aren't for everyone. I don't think you need to have kids to be happy. I don't. So I don't think you need to have kids to be happy. But the most happy, sorry, I'm fucking this up. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's start this over again. I don't think you need to have kids to be happy. But the most unhappy people online are all childless. I think the majority of them are. I truly believe that. Again, let me reread this. I don't think you need kids to be happy. But the most unhappy people online are all childless. And I stand by that. 100%, 1,000,000%. I stand by that. Again, I don't think you need to have kids to be happy, to have a fulfilled life. I think for me, it worked. It has worked. It's changed my whole trajectory, right? Everything about my life has improved since I had kids. I went from a very low spot in my life from losing my parents to having kids, right? To a year where I unexpectedly lose both my parents. I'm at the lowest point of my life. The pandemic's happening. Then I have kids. It changed the whole trajectory of my life for the positive. I don't think everybody needs that to change the trajectory of their life. However, I think the most unhappy people online, and this goes to whether you are anonymous or you put yourself out there, are unhappy people. I believe that. I truly believe that. And when it comes to the like anonymous, faceless troll type people, I think most of them are childless. I'd say 90% of them are childless. They have nothing, because you wouldn't be doing this if you had kids. You just wouldn't. If you were a good mother, if you were a good father, whatever it is, you just wouldn't be doing this. I firmly believe that. You wouldn't be arguing about sports or politics. And I always say this is where these trolls live. This is the world they live in. It's the sports politics world, because sports and politics is like a direct correlation. They're parallel. It truly is. And I think that's what happens with these people. I think they live in this world of they don't have meaning. Again, not saying you have to have kids to have meaning, but they don't have that. So they care too much about what a politician says, or they care too much about their sports team, or they care too much about what some dude on ESPN says about their favorite quarterback, about their favorite NBA star, whatever it is. Just pick it. So then they go off, hiding behind some account, because they have no meaning in their life. They have nothing to look forward to. They have no value. And they're just calling a stranger like me a bitch or an FAG or whatever. And it's like, again, going back to my buddy from college, he's like, this is insane looking at some of this stuff. And by the way, overwhelmingly, it was good, right? Like overwhelmingly on the post, you look at it, something like that, and you're like, okay, 45,000 likes, 107 comments, maybe half are talking trash to you. So it's not like you're ratioed. But again, it goes to the point of just so many unhappy people living behind a computer screen, not trolling to have fun or not trolling to be witty, but it's just so angry. And this is what they do. And then you call them out, and then it's like the one guy's like, nobody listens to your Andy Ruther show. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't have a big following. It doesn't. This is like therapy for me. It doesn't have a big YouTube following. I know that. Cool, dude. I'm not scared to put my face out there. That's see, that's my thing, is like, that's the difference. I can go on a platform and talk about serious stuff. I can make jokes. I can do whatever. I can talk about raising two girls and the struggles I have, or losing my parents, or whatever it is. But the difference between us is I'll do it. And you just want to sit there and talk shit behind your screen. All because I made a joke about people attending the draft. It's like, yeah, I made a joke. But you know what? My face is here. I'm standing behind it. Of course I can handle any sort of blowback. But I also want to see who you are, right? So it's a weird, I'm going to play this David Goggins thing. You know, I've been on a big David Goggins kick. This is a great, I'm telling you, you guys, if you want to get motivated, he's so funny to me too. This is kind of a funny one. This guy made a whole album with David Goggins motivational speeches or interviews, and he put music to it. I've talked about him, right? Akira the Don, Akira. And I've been listening to this like nonstop for like 2 months. Nonstop when I exercise, nonstop in the car. Truthfully, you might laugh at this. Nonstop when I don't want to deal with it, like a crying baby. I think of this stuff. I literally think, you might think I'm nuts. I think of David Goggins being like, stop being such a bitch. Yeah, baby's crying. Yeah, you don't want to get up. Yeah, whatever. Stop it. Do it. But this is a funny one. This talks about dealing with people online, basically, and just talking trash. Let me just play this. It's pretty funny.
If you an alpha, what you threatened by?
That's it.
You're not. You want other dudes to crush it too? You want to raise the bar?
That's
you
it.
want to feel challenged? You want to feel uncomfortable?
And that's the one thing I'll say right now to people listening to this. A real person, a real alpha, a real go-getter, they ain't saying shit about nobody. They ain't saying shit about it. That's why you will never, ever hear me dropping somebody's name, running my mouth about somebody. I don't know what you went through. I don't know what you're going through. I didn't wear the shoes you wore when you were a kid. I didn't grow up in your fucked up house. I didn't have your fucked up family. I don't know shit about you. So guess what I do? Shut the fuck up. Cause real men, they ain't saying shit about nobody. Shut the fuck up.
So funny.
Cause real men don't say shit. Shut the fuck up. Cause real men, they ain't saying shit.
I love the music video.
Shut the fuck
Amen.
up. Cause real men don't say shit. Shut the fuck up. Cause first of all, we're too busy trying to grind and be better.
Correct.
Second of all, unless we know what we know, we shut our fucking mouths. But nowadays, there's not many real men who live by that creed. You know, if you're on social media running your fucking mouth and shit, you're just a bitch.
Correct.
Oh, it's funny. You're on social media just running your mouth. You're just a fucking bitch. No, I bet they would counter and say, okay, that was you. You started it. You made a joke about the people. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, I come from a comedic background, so whatever. But that's the point of this, to me, is like, he's calling everybody a bitch who just runs their mouth online. And I think of these people, again, these social media just trolls who just, they live in this just like vapid world of just no meaning. And again, it doesn't even just go for faceless trolls. It goes for these people who just are just living in this world of just talking trash 24/7. And he's like, you're just a bitch. I'm telling you, this album, if you guys like want to laugh, if you want like some motivation, this guy Akira the Don, he just made some of these songs the beats are good. They're bangers. They're bangers. You like, I want to run through a brick wall when I hear some of these things with Goggins. But also this, where it's like, there's a good message to some of this stuff. Right? There's some good meaning behind it. Yeah, I find a lot of it funny. Yeah, because it is funny. Because he's next level. But also it's inspiring at the same time. David Goggins is just an animal. He's just an absolute animal. Anyway, let's pull up the old this is not Dirty Sports. Let's pull up the old Andy Ruther Show hotline. 859-935-0078. That's the hotline. 859-935-0078. That's the show. Thanks for listening. And thank you for watching. We will be back next week. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Don't be a bitch like David Goggins always says. Enjoy life. Get outside. Go for a run. Go for a jog. Don't be buried on your phone arguing with somebody. It's not helpful. Do the memes. Do the funny vids. I'm big into memes. You guys know that. Just enjoy. It's too short. It's too short. All right, guys. Much love. I'm going to go upstairs, watch a Jerry West documentary, The Logo. That thing looks pretty good on Amazon. Have a great night. Peace.